Having the discipline to pay attention to what is going on in your local real estate market every day is super crucial when you're a real estate agent. I'm Shayna Armstrong, team leader of Keller Williams Success Realty here in Panama City Beach, Florida. Thank you for tuning into our Lessons Learned from 2025 series for realtors. Please like, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions. Like I said, being able to pay attention to the real estate market and having that discipline is so important. And I get to sit down with our agent, Maxim Sedov, who shares a great story about his coolest transaction last year that came from calling an expired by paying attention to the real estate market and seeing who he could help. Let's get into it. Feels good to be champions, champions. Hey everyone, I am here with Maxim Sedov. Am I saying it right? Sedov.
Yes, Sedov.
Okay, good.
That's how we pronounce it.
So, Maxim, tell us what got you into real estate.
I want to say that I was always interested by real estate, and all my life I was working in the service industry. So I was thinking that's a time to grow financially and mentally, move forward. So basically, that's how I got into real estate. So I still kind of in the service industry because what we do is serving people, helping them to do what they want to do. And but this was like a next step above from what I was doing previously. Plus, I was always interested uh, by this because of the source of income. Also, I was always interested to obtain income producing property after I purchased my house. And this is just my religion. This is what I like doing and enjoy doing.
Right. Yeah, so not only do you help others do real estate investing, you do it yourself.
For myself as well.
Love that. Yeah. So 2025 was an interesting year for many of us. What would you say was your biggest lesson you learned last year?
The biggest lesson that I learned from last year was that the hard work and consistency and discipline pays off. Because what I realized in the end of the last year, even though it was tough for so many agents and we didn't have that much sales, it was the best year so far for myself in the industry, sales wise and the GCI. And this is not was just because it was the year. It's for all the things that I've done previously in past years, and I was growing this thing, and it's basically just paid off in the last year, 2025.
So do you think it was a lot of your pipeline that you built? Is that what led to the 2025 being so good for you, is nurturing your people that you already knew?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, the connection, the sphere of influence, and the past clients and the friends and family. Yeah.
Can I ask, and I know we didn't prepare this part, but did your previous roles in the service industry in the restaurant business, did that help you meet people? Like, do they do business with you now?
Some of them, yes. Some of the ex co-workers that I work with, yeah, they do business with me.
Yeah, that's so great.
So. Not the clients who visit the restaurants, because so many of them they're just tourists. They come from different states and cities. But the past co-workers, yeah, they do get a big portion of the clients that I work with.
Yeah. So, what was the coolest transaction that you had last year?
The coolest transaction was it was actually a sale of the new construction. So I was just occasionally looking through MLS listings, like we normally do, trying to do it every day, supposedly, to make sure that we know what's going on the market, so that we can do the right moves and suggestions for our clients. So I found a listing that the owner was one of my past co-workers in the restaurant from a long time ago, and it was listed by another realtor. So and I was basically looking at this list and realized that it's been on the market for a while. And one day I saw that it got expired, so I just directly called this friend and I said, "Hey man, do you know that your house is actually expired? Did your agent told you?" He's like, "No, I wasn't aware of this." And I said, "Listen, I can help you out to get this sold." And I know how I have a strategy and I know how the market moves. And what I like, eventually we got this listing for my friend. We did the things that we were supposed to do, the professional photo shoot, and I actually we didn't stay on the market for a long time. We got it under contract for about within about 30 days, first 30 days on market, and we got it sold above asking price for him. So it was one of the coolest listings for me because not only I got the business from uh, the friend of mine, but I served him well. I did. I think I exceeded his expectation. Got his property sold for above asking price. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. When the people, you can do the good things for them.
That's a very cool transaction. How do you know how long they were on the market before it expired?
Yeah, the half of the year was
Wow.
about 180 days.
And did you change the price, or what? Did you just change the strategy?
I have a strategy on this market. I have a couple of things that I try to use with my listings in order to attract buyers. I would rather not to
No, yeah,
disclose
that's
this
okay.
because this is,
Hmm.
kind of know-how
Your
thing, but
secret sauce.
it does work, and yeah, I'm gonna keep using it because on this market, it's totally buyer's market for most of the properties, price-wise, and we need to stimulate the interest from them and attract them somehow, in order to get the listing sold.
But what's so cool about that is, somebody was, probably not happy, that their home was on the market 6 months, nothing happening. And you got to approach them and really help them and get them, above what they were looking for. So that's really good. Were you afraid to call them when you saw that they expired, or did you not have that fear? Because some people have a fear of calling expired.
Yeah, yeah, of course, I do have a fear of calling expires and for sale by owners. I think that's majority people has it. Not only the English is my second language too, so I kind of sometimes shy of my accent, and I think feel uncomfortable doing this. But I just try to make myself to step out of the comfort zone. But for that particular transaction, I didn't have any fear because the person I was calling was my friend, so he knew me personally. It was
Okay.
just super smooth, friendly conversation with him.
Okay,
That's
well,
how.
good.
Yeah.
That's good, and it's good if you're not paying attention to things like that, then you won't know. And that's a discipline to look at the MLS every day and understand that. Because I have people ask me, "How do I get to know the market better? How do you know so much?" Well, you got to pay attention every day,
Yeah.
and that will tell you. When you do things like that, you automatically know when something's overpriced because you pay attention to the market every day. So it doesn't take as much time or thought to understand when you see things that are overpriced, underpriced,
Yeah.
and so forth.
Absolutely.
Cool. I love that story. So, what is the lead generation strategy that you are leaning most into this year?
This year, I'm trying to work with my sphere of influence and with the past clients and friends. Uh, Sometimes once in a while, when I see my businesses doesn't have as much volume as I wish it was, I start calling them for sale by owners. But it's uh, here you would have to do this consistently. You would have to do it with a special system, and once it picks up when I get busy where I want it to be, then I kind of stop calling
Mhm.
for sale by owners until I need to do it now. So mostly it's past clients and the sphere of influence, the people who already know me. I try also to post on social media once in a while, just to remind people that hey, I'm here for you if something needed.
Mhm.
Let me know whatever I can do for you.
Mhm.
So this is what I do for the
Good.
lead generation.
So leaning mostly into sphere of influence, and when you need to make more calls, you utilize the FISBOs and the expires or something like that
Yeah,
to supplement calls when needed.
yeah.
Cool. I love that. That's great. Any tips you want to leave for somebody who is struggling in their real estate business right now?
Oh, well, yeah, I think this is we all know and always been told by our mentors and coaches. That's the most important thing is consistency. You gotta do it every day. Even sometimes when you wake get up, and you don't feel like doing it, just do a small portion of something, just small step, but you gotta do it, things every day. And yeah, then after that it pays off, and then your business will grow like a snowball. It gets bigger and bigger, and until you get comfortable with the amount of transaction you have, and it supports you and your family. So yeah, I say just no fear, just do the thing, just be yourself, um, you know, be natural, and yeah, the things will happen for you.
I love that. That was great. Well, thank you so much, Maxim.
Thank you, Shayna. Thank you for having me.